And now the final match at the MBO. Will somebody go back to back? Will somebody get their name on the pier for the very first time? One thing I know, somebody is going to the league. Manhattan Beach, are you ready? Yes, so am I. So am I. Let's do it. First, we're going to say hello to the ladies looking to go back to back. An incredible route through in the semifinals, an amazing match. They find themselves back here on Stadium Court in the finals. This first player out of Mooresville, North Carolina, ladies and gentlemen, out of USC, an absolute competitor, gives her all, every single point. Let me hear it for Julia Scoles. And her partner coming out of Phoenix, Arizona, out of LMU. The way that she dissects the game, the smartest player on the beach, ready to go back to back at the MBO. It's Betsi Flint. Let's go. Who's going first, Kristen? I don't know. We're going to talk about you, young lady. Oh, right here on Stadium Court. Just breezing through everybody, ready to go 6 in a row for the MBO. This player out of Louisiana. No matter how many times she does what she does, we can't get enough. You cannot get enough of Kristen Nuss. Golf clap from Taryn. Yes, very nice, very nice. She's so posh, she's so polite, she's so nice. Everybody wants to come up to Taryn off the court and say hi because you're just so nice, Taryn. You know what? Let's go and show everybody that you're not that nice. You're not that nice. You're selfish right now. You're gonna get mean right now, Taryn. Ladies and gentlemen, ready to put her name on the pier in the league, it's Taryn Kloth.
A massive stage for these 4 athletes. And you cannot forget what you saw in 2023.
Manhattan Beach, one more match for the pier, for the league.
The Manhattan Beach Pier, just north of our stadium court in the South Bay. The Strand runs along it. You better find yourself pedaling right here. It's time for the Manhattan Beach final. On the women's side, Betsi Flint, Julia Scoles versus Team TK. That's Taryn Kloth and Kristen Nuss, Cameron Irwin and Kevin Barnett walking you through this one. Or more like running you through it. Here we go. Starting on Kristen Nuss, just 5'6", but one of the best defenders. What kind of offense can she create?
Well, they tried to pull right there, but the pull a little bit late. I think you should do a lot of that, Flint and Scoles. And that's going to put a lot of pressure on Julia Scoles to make not only the pull move at the right time, but then make the right read short deep, because you know that's what Nuss will do to try and cut you up.
They start on Julia Scoles.
And that's going to be an offensive battle. You go with Scoles. She's going to swing at the ball quite a bit. Taryn Kloth will be up there in front of her, the one-time indoor outside hitter.
Taryn Kloth, of course, out of Creighton University, where she played her indoor career, then went on to play at LSU as her partner, Kristen Nuss.
What's the mascot of Creighton?
Some sort of bird.
Yes, the Blue Jays.
Ah.
Very good.
You're already testing me?
Kirsten Bernthal-Booth, the head coach there, longtime head coach. So they're the mid-major. Creighton really is the Gonzaga of women's volleyball in men's basketball terms. Mid-major who's always in the mix, always top quality. Nice high angle attack there from the veteran Betsi Flint.
Betsi Flint out of Los Angeles.
I love Flint's journey because it's very similar to that of Theo Brunner, who we just saw become a Manhattan Beach Open champion for the very first time. 3 times he'd been in the final, including his first one 10 years ago as she issues the ace there. He'd been in the final 3 other times, never won. Betsi Flint, same thing, had 2 shots at it, 21 and 22, before winning last year with Julia Scoles, finding the right partner for the journey and conclusion.
Well, and you mentioned the service pressure. They were going to target Taryn Kloth. So Betsi Flint, one of the best servers in the game, is going right back to her this time towards the interior.
Yeah, she went to her right that time, and the result a little bit different. But I like the plan and the way it's been executed thus far.
Betsi Flint, the 2-time AVP All-American out of Loyola Marymount University. Short to Scoles.
Go, wait.
Nice chase from Betsi Flint. This is undoubtedly a scramble play.
And Flint versus Kloth on top of the net, that's advantage Kloth every single time.
Taryn Kloth, 6'4". And it's fun to think about the journey these two had in 2023. And how about their journey right here in 2024? 5 straight wins to get to this final. They did drop a handful of sets along the way, but this team lost to the 32 seed in the 2023 Manhattan Beach Open and made their way all the way to the final to win it. They were the first team to do so in Manhattan Beach history.
Listen, they defeated the field and a hurricane.
Hurricane Hillary raining down on our championship Sunday a year ago.
Yeah, and there'd be a lot of chatter about who was here, who was not here. Well, guess what? They've already gone through one of the Olympic teams, and now they're going to go through the other Olympic team if they're going to come up with a victory, proving that it was no fluke. They made the final in 23.
So fast, so quick, Kristen Nuss. Nice dig, pulling off the net.
Excellent pull and return. That's what you have to do. You have the time to pull properly, make the read right, and then if you're Scoles, you're coming back with some offense. She reminds me of Trevor Crabb in that way. She's not going to be afraid to heat it up.
Collegiate volleyball on display from multiple universities in this matchup. You've got LMU in the mix, USC from Julia Scoles, and LSU on the other side.
Yeah, interesting. Betsi Flint's been coaching for a long time now, teaching the game while still playing. I think that's such a gift as a player. If you're forced to, or you have the opportunity to, you take the option to teach the game while you're still playing. It really changes your perspective on learning and adaptation and how to break the game down. It's done nothing but make Betsi Flint a better pro.
Got the coach's hat on. The player's mindset. That's a TLC if I've ever heard one. The turn look call.
I was working my way down basic cable.
Betsi Flint cherishes her Manhattan Beach title from 2023. As she cherishes the ace as well. She had multiple trips to the finals here in Manhattan Beach before finally picking up that win in 2023. Each of those trips was after she became a mom. I talked to her this week and she told me just how meaningful it was to be able to have Cora in the stands for each of them. Blocked down, Julia Scoles.
This is the 6th meeting between these two teams in just over a year, and they've just been splitting them. So I don't even know why we're bothering to play. It's just back and forth. It's Flint and Scoles' turn to win.
Yeah, that last matchup was actually back in Huntington Beach. It was a retirement in the semifinals because Julia Scoles actually suffered not only a little bit of an ab injury, she got married that same day.
Hold on. Go further too.
Here's Flint. So crafty is Betsi Flint.
Yeah, I love the defensive matchup here between Flint and Nuss. It's kind of a generational one. And you think Betsi Flint's been around on tour for quite some time. 32 years old. Still plenty of good volleyball ahead of her, as there is for Kloth and Nuss.
Kloth and Nuss, a straight journey to this Manhattan Beach final. Only dropping 1 set to that number 8 seed who also made the semifinals.
Oh, totally impressed with Rodriguez and Urango. I thought they had an outstanding tournament. They really did give Kloth and Nuss everything they could handle in that match.
They had to face them yet again.
And not dissimilar from this pair here of Flint and Scoles, right? You have a pretty aggressive blocker, undersized blocker at the net, and you have a little bit taller defender. I think Gina Urango maybe wants a couple of those balls back that she hit in that matchup. There were a couple of opportunities for Urango and Rodriguez to really hold control of that match against Kloth and Nuss. They just couldn't quite get over the hump. I'd expect good things from them in Chicago.
Yeah, speaking of another Trojan, Gina Urango, one of the first scholarship athletes in the sport of beach volleyball. The NCAA game has made an incredible explosion of talent as that is tipped back.
Kept alive.
Nuss, angled approach in. And everything happening on the right side of the court. Does she hammer? It's the net violation on Taryn Kloth.
So one of the things you have to do as a blocker against Kristen Nuss is go up late. You can't be up there early because she's going to be trying to shoot high hands. If you're going up late, you're still over the net a bit more. You're cutting down the angles. You're able to get a better quality touch as she tries to go vertical off your hands. And that will keep it in play and give your defender a chance to run it down.
Look at the net play between Flint and Kloth. Scoles looking for the service pressure, the two-time national champion out of USC. Good touch. Little turn and fire from Scoles.
Taryn Kloth's got to do a better job with her feet on that. You have to get in front of the ball. The likelihood of Scoles being able to take this ball to the line is about nil. Got to get over. You can't be right in front because if it goes straight, it's not going to go straight very hard. You'll have your defender will have a chance to run it down.
That's the serve that's been causing some trouble for Taryn Kloth. Kind of that deep, slow, high floater. Well handled there.
Good open for both teams and consequently have 1 point set.
3 of the 4 players currently on the court probably deserve a Gatorade sponsorship at this point. All Gatorade Players of the Year in different states.
Work on that for her. Well, you can.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
I mean, Julia Scoles is just so fun to watch because you can guarantee if there's an opportunity for her to swing, she's gonna do it. Just off the net, here comes Nuss. And that might be the only hitting error you see from Kristen Nuss in the first set. 12-9 into the technical timeout. Flint and Scoles putting up a challenge right now to Kloth and Nuss, this #1 seed.
Yeah, baby, that is right. It is time. Ladies and gentlemen, I could not be happier to be right here, right now. We're in Austin, Dallas, Texas, for San Diego. Get involved and have a reaction out here.
There is no sight prettier than this. The Manhattan Beach Open. Over 60,000 people show up to watch this event over the 4 days of action, including that qualifier. And guess what? They are all locked in on this. And how about a little this? LAFC in the mix. Olivier Giroux in facing off against the AVP.
Yeah, against Savissimo, that was AVP versus LAFC. AVP eking out the victory.
Taylor Crabb and Trevor Crabb in the mix, the brothers. Trevor just wins a final and another championship, and he's just like, might as well be back on the sand.
That's who those guys are, man. You'll find them playing 4s, 6s with the old guys, with the youngsters, and then coming on out and winning a professional title once again.
Back out of the technical timeout. Betsi, Flint, Julia Scoles with the missed serve. There have already been 5 ties and 3 lead changes in the early stages of this first set. Does she swing? She just climbed the ladder.
No, it's perfectly executed. You serve short to Scoles, you don't give her much of an approach, and you put her in front of your big block. Well done.
That's what's so cool about beach volleyball. Your defensive strategy starts at the serve.
Now listen, I want you to keep an eye on Kristen Nuss. When she comes in transition and attack, watch her attack patterns. Look where she moves, the route she runs. She won't get one there, but even inside out, watch the pattern she runs. Talking about a button hook, a fly route, a slant, those kinds of things. If you're playing football, same thing here. She'll go inside out, she'll go outside in. She'll give you a little fake run and then bounce to the outside.
On defense, it's simply just a go route for her.
Well, yeah, she is. Watch her move through the sand. She just pretends that it's hardwood. Yeah, they're a bad pass, but she was tucking in right behind her setter, and then you're not sure, is she going to break left, break right?
She's got all the moves in terms of her offense, just 5'6". She says she derives a lot of inspiration
Barry
for
Sanders.
all the littles.
Oh, Barry Sanders, the beach.
Oh yeah, there you go. I like that. Kloth again over the top. But actually, she derives a lot of inspiration from her grandfather, Ralph Putzi Cabarrillo. He was only 16 years old when he debuted for the Philadelphia Phillies in 1944. He was the youngest player to do so. He had to prove every single day that he belonged. I think Kristen Nuss has far surpassed the belonging stage on the AVP and the world's competition. Kloth and Nuss dropped dropped a few points here out of the technical timeout. Now 17-15, lead still residing on the side of Flint and Scoles. Betsi Flint back at the service line.
I'd switch my strategy here. I would stop serving Kloth. I would go to Nuss. She's hitting negative. They're still going to Kloth, and Kloth is hitting 700. You've done a good job of slowing down Kristen Nuss in transition. See if you can do it inside out and extend your lead a little bit.
Negative 143 for Kristen Nuss. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, we've gotten a hold of her on the block. It's been a good work, bunch of work by Scoles.
Picking and choosing on the poke.
Right here, I'd go to her. I'd go short to Nuss. Bind her up at the net. And if you go short too, you might eliminate the option to scoop it high and option out for Kloth.
Stays on Taryn.
Hold on. Yo, go!
And she sides out again, so that hitting percentage continues to climb.
A little bit of that side slither from Taryn Kloth.
727, just flying high over the finals right now for Taryn Kloth. And they're within touch here. They just need one or two. That's a dangerous situation because this team can get pretty hot with a couple of transitions, a little bit of push from the crowd.
Especially a couple digs from Kristen Nuss. Only had 2 in this first set. Previously, she'd been getting 8 a set. Scoles high on the left shoulder. Seam dug. She was there, just redirected. I like what we're seeing from Flint and Scoles. Lots of aggressive play in transition. .429 efficiency.
Well, Flint has only 4 attempts. Scoles is carrying the day.
Just siding out isn't going to do it for Kloth and Nuss at this point. You got to come away with a dig. Maybe it will be a stuff. Scoles backs out. Last time she went with a poke. This time she goes with the power.
Well, I love the arm swing.
Set point for Flint and Scoles. Good first contact. Into the net, and set 1 belongs to Flint and Scoles.
Efficient and confident by the defending champs in set number 1. Really like the way they executed their game plan. And huge credit to Julia Scoles and the way that she attacked the ball, varied her point of attack, and carried her team in that first set.
Betsi Flint and Julia Scoles, the defending champs here in the Manhattan Beach Open Finals. Can they do it once more? Betsi Flint and Julia Scoles awarded their plaques on the pier by none other than April Ross, who coached them to a victory in 2023. She's got her name up on the pier a handful of times, the last being in 2021 for Alex and April, of course, the Olympic gold medalist. But these two have so much to celebrate as they're looking to find another. And Vince Vaughn, I wonder who he's cheering for.
Well, he's going to cheer for whoever is going to join his franchise. Gotta get Vince Vaughn involved.
I wonder which name he's picking. You think he's going with Miami or the New York Nitro?
Go with Palm Beach. Palm Beach Passion. Take home the neon.
The league just around the corner in the 2024 AVP season. Come this fall, you'll get to see the top 8 women and the top 8 men go head to head in a new league format. Second set underway for this women's final.
Yeah, switching strategy already from the first ball. The first serve went to Betsi Flint, who in that first set had just 4 attempts, had 2 kills. It was 18 attempts for Julia Scoles, who proved she was up to the task of being asked to side out, had 11 kills, hit 444. She was ripping some, so now they're going to try Flint on for size, at least for one serve. Now we're on to Scoles again. I don't get that. You score on Flint, you hadn't been serving her, and you don't go right back to her.
Well, it's interesting. You follow the numbers, Kevin, and sometimes they can lead you astray. I mean, we were talking about Kloth and Nuss in terms of their efficiency. Kloth hitting 538, Nuss at 111. However, Flint and Scoles still won that first set.
Yeah, but I think you could switch that too.
What they're doing is working for them. Picking up set 1.
Fortunate there.
Another point.
I think that sand monster came out again and grabbed Betsi Flint by the heel.
Watch Betsi in this one. Turning around, trying to make sure that ball just falls outside the court. We go back to Betsi from the right. And 5 contacts?
Not legal yet. First, the antennas have to be legalized. Then we'll worry about extra contacts. And maybe a bonus location. Something like Rockin' Jams. We'll just put a 4-point ball out there or something to stand on.
I like it. We're really changing the game on the AVP.
Yeah, and so here's what you're going to do, right? If you're Flint and Scoles and Flint starts seeing some serves and not success, then you just go on 2. Utilize the athleticism of Scoles.
Yeah, and I talked to Betsi Flint about what she's been working on this year and how she continues to develop. That was one of the things she did say, was that serve receive where she's always been so steady. She said she's always paying attention how early she gets into the box, kind of resetting, looking for that fresh next play. One of the best ball control players in the game, be it defensively or from the service line.
The Flint and Day years, those were good years. Emily Day, long time star on the AVP. That ball tipped over nicely again on 2. So you've gone twice into the angle if you're Scoles. Does your next one go overhead into the line?
Plenty of fire on the side of Flint and Scoles right now.
Yeah, they're 1 away from a repeat performance.
The last handful of points have been a bounce off Kevin Barnett between Julia Scoles and Taryn Kloth. They are hitting the ball and hitting it hard right now.
Yeah, I've left the booth. I have to make a hammer just for Julia Scoles, and she rips off another one. Good gracious, she's getting aggressive offensively. What a fun watch.
All right, hardest hitters on the women's side. You name them.
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. Let me start going through everybody. I mean, Scoles obviously on the list, hence the question. Sarah Hughes when she gets a high pony angle.
Brady Wilkerson.
Yeah, when Wilkerson's in the right flow, right? She's dangerous.
Kelly Chang.
Kelly Chang, most creative. I'm not sure about thumping all the time. Most creative. Yeah? You like her? Okay.
Yeah,
right.
She's definitely in
Why
that
don't you
box.
just tell me the answer to the question, Cameron Irwin?
Then it wouldn't be fun. Then I couldn't argue with you.
Exactly.
Another solid dig and send off from Taryn Kloth.
Taryn Kloth, mad we didn't just say her name.
Yeah, she's in there too.
Yeah.
7 up, 7 down. You switch every 7 serves in the sport of beach volleyball. Best 2 of 3 in this final. Women's Soccer League is on Ion Saturday nights. Next weekend, Racing Louisville hosts gold medalist Mallory Swanson and the Chicago Red Stars. Learn more at IONNWSL.com. So far, Kevin, at this point, the largest lead that we have seen from either team is only 3 points.
Yeah, it's been a closely contested first set here, and I think the margins are pretty small. If you're Nuss, you want to get back to making some defensive plays. You haven't been able to pick up too many digs. Scoles done a really nice job of hitting clean. And I would serve Nuss a few more times. I would throw a few more over there. If you don't want to serve her consistently, that's fine, but just try and keep her awake, Phil Dalhauser style. Just once in a while, make sure that Phil was awake. People would do that.
I think for these two to get going, they're going to need more plays like that.
Well,
Kristen Nuss has to start finding extra contacts on defense.
It starts with a read.
It does.
And anytime you can pop it up there, it does not take much for Taryn Kloth to get going. You can pop it up almost as though that's a quick step. A 1, and she will turn and snap. That's where she can really utilize her size.
But by not going to her in the side out, you really do take her out of her rhythm. You only give her opportunities to score points in transitions, and that can be hard in terms of trying to build that energy and that flow into a match. There's that route you talked about.
Hold on.
Late angle move from Julia Scoles. Perfect pass. And sneaking it by. That trouble, or that set was a bit troublesome.
That's just a good listen, right? And if you're Betsi Flint, you know that set wasn't ideal. You pulled it a little bit too far in, so you got to give your partner a clear call. Immediately look. High line, it was open. And I like the choice from Scoles too, not putting a lot of air underneath it.
Hold on. Go, Betsi, come on.
Betsi quite literally crawling through the sand to try to get there. 11-10, again, keeping things close. Betsi Flint, Julia Scoles into the box. Travis Merwerder coaching those two up. These two, mano y mano. The Manhattan Beach Open, one of your chances to head off to the league in these Heritage Series events. Melissa Humana-Paredes and Brandy Wilkerson already earned a title, so they will be in that top spot. But who will be joining them? It's one of the two teams currently on the sand. Betsi Flint, Julia Scoles, or Taryn and Kristen. That's Taryn Kloth and Kristen Nuss.
What'll be interesting is one of these teams will punch their ticket into the league, and that will change the point standings below. And one of those contenders or in the running may find themselves bumped up via the automatic qualification.
Well, and interesting too, Kelly Chang, Sarah Hughes were tied at that third spot coming into this event alongside Betsi Flint and Julia Scoles.
Yeah, Scoles continues to rip here. Really funny moment. You need to come to an event, you need to come to Chicago, come to the league this fall, because in between coming out of the technical timeout, they were having a skyball competition. Sean Rosenthal, of course, king of the skyball, Superman, is out there hitting a couple. The second one that he hit, Betsi Flint came out and passed it.
Just getting some extra reps in, you know.
In case the skyball gets utilized, she's had a rep with it. Here she is on defense. She'll get another rep offensively. Rips it, and it's a winner. So Flint, who's only hitting 111 until that swing, the number will go up a little bit. But she's increased her ability offensively after working on her defense via Sean Rosenthal there.
One of the great legends of the game.
Yeah, local boy out of Redondo Beach, went straight to the beach, took his talents directly to the sand out of high school.
Hold on, Eagle.
Taryn Kloth finds the top of the block. Can it get? No good.
Yeah, and adding to the Olympian panache is Sean Rosenthal. A lot of Olympians coming to hang out, X and current. It's just one of those scramble plays. 13 apiece. Yeah, I don't know what momentum direction we have in this set right now. I think it's just up for the taking. I don't think either team has any huge advantage.
No, going into that technical timeout, we've already had 6 ties and 2 lead changes. So to your point, momentum is rather even at this.
Yeah, no one's been able to grab a couple of points in a row. And that might be the start of it.
Grabbing the block there is Taryn Kloth. What's the difference maker for TKN?
I think Kloth has to get more active, get more touches. They've seen so many clean swings from Scoles. You got to keep working on Flint, and they're better to do it just with the service. So good, a switch in strategy. You've had no success through a set and a half serving one person. You have to get away from your initial plan if it's not working. Sometimes it's tough to get away from that. All the time spent, the analysis, the work. In game, you have to make adjustments.
Well, and don't forget, this duo of TKN, coached by their longtime friend, Drew Hamilton, who, by the way, isn't in the box right now. They're making all these adjustments on their own.
Yeah, that's how it used to be, right? There didn't used to be coaches. You didn't used to have any advice. It's that way on the FIVB Tour still. No opportunity to have anyone else but the players battle it out in the arena.
But you can guarantee Drew Hamilton is watching right now, still keeping track of stats. I'm surprised they don't have their phones trying to get some nuggets. Kloth and Nuss looking to push this to a 3rd set. They have a 2-point advantage here in the 2nd. Cameron Irwin alongside Kevin Barnett. As they go back to Scoles.
They just have not been able to get a hold of her. They've touched it several times, but it's been off the block and out of bounds or clean through both block and defense. Scoles is having an outstanding Manhattan Beach Open final. Interesting thing about Julia Scoles, when she went to USC, I was talking to Dane Blanton, her coach. He said that any other school, she'd be a #1 pair all the time, spend a lot of time at the 2 because of the talent of that program. And you see the level at which she's at 6'1", playing bigger than that at the net and offensively just ripping. So now they climb 1 point closer.
Julia Scoles has had an incredible career at the collegiate ranks. Started at UNC in Hawaii, dealt with some concussion issues, and that's ultimately what led her to the beach, where she did become that 2-time national champion.
Indoors a dangerous place, Cameron.
That it is. Open net for Taryn Kloth. That's ungettable.
Well, the work has been done, though, on that service. That was nice by Flint and Scoles to tie it up. Now they just need to keep their side-out game strong. I think the difference is going to come from service here in the last 5 points or so.
That's a good one to the sideline. Outstretched Betsi Flint. And it pays off.
Well, the redirect is set up by that tough service, working with the edges. Not only the edge, but also deep. So you play with the receivers side to side, but also depth, short to deep. That one was deep edge corner. This one to the other side.
She works behind. What a way to get in front, Taryn Kloth.
Julia Scoles doing some contortionist work. Working on her flexibility. That right oblique.
Actually,
Plenty of stretch.
lots of Pilates in Julia Scoles rehab, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, right there to turn that one. Body control, top shelf.
1 point game. Kloth and Nuss down a set and up a point. Spinning off the platform and spinning off the hand of Kristen Nuss. 19-17.
Talk about needing to get ahead in the point. And that's on your side with your ball contact. First ball contact, not very good. Your job as the next person is to better the ball, and that was done by Taryn Kloth there to get ahead in the point.
Bad pass for Scoles. And it's blocked again. The defense starting from the serve. Set point for Kloth and Nuss. And out of bounds. That means the women's final is moving to the third set. 15 points separate these two teams from the pier. The AVP Manhattan Beach Open is brought to you by Rainstorm Clean Energy. Great flavor, zero sugar. Betsi, Flint, and Julia Scoles just dropped their second set. We are going to 3, and we've got some big names in the house. Brian Lawler, president of Script Sports, owns Ion Network, in the house.
Hey, just taking a little break from training. Been a triathlete, loves Ironman, so yeah, way to spend your time with us.
You can also take a trip on over to Pound Town. Kevin Barnett, check this out. This is on the sand. This is what's available to you as the fan of the AVP.
That's what I'm talking about. Hammer time, baby.
Set number 3, here's a look to the numbers. They're as even as they get. Betsi, Flint, Julia Scoles, defending champs at the Manhattan Beach Open.
So I think service still continues to play in this third set. We've seen it work on Betsi Flint. Saw it work on Taryn Kloth earlier. They're still working on Flint. This is a good, smart change.
Uh-oh. She just jumboed Kristen Nuss.
Can't jumbo the jumboer.
Does that make you the jumbo-e?
You become the jumbo-e.
You talk to Kristen Nuss, that's her favorite shot. If somebody does it to her, you can guarantee she's going to find a way to do it right back.
All right, there's service setting the tone.
And an error.
Yeah, miss. Can't afford that. They played pretty clean, did Flint and Scoles through that first set. That was one of the ways they put a ton of pressure on Kloth and Nuss, was just by not making mistakes. We've seen a couple late in the second and now carrying to the third.
Third set played to just 15 points, must win by 2. And another hitting error. 3-1, 1 to the switch. Every 5 serves here in the third.
I think no timeout here. 3-1 feels worse than it actually is, and you have the side switch coming up.
Perfect pass. Betsi Flint gets housed.
Kloth Telecom with a phone booth in Manhattan Beach.
I don't know if any of these girls will know what a phone booth is anymore.
That's
unless
okay.
they travel over to London.
I'm old, Cameron. It's all right.
Young at heart, Barney. Young at heart.
It used to be a place where a superhero could change clothes. That's what it used to be.
Speaking of superheroes, look at Captain Marvel, Kristen Nuss. She does wild things in the backcourt right now. Kloth and Nuss with the 4-1 advantage. Third set belongs to anyone. You can almost forget about the numbers. And while we've got a second here in the boxes, let's take a look at the block of Taryn Kloth for your Rainstorm Monster block. Big reach, big swat.
Gotta put an S on there. I see multiple blocks here by Kloth Communications.
Make it a plural.
Yeah, and when you let her get a good lineup, when she has a long look at the opponent across, she gets those better lineups and can be so big at the net at 6'4" and athletic.
They've coined it. Big sister, little sister between Kloth and Nuss.
And how do you deal with it?
Physical.
Listen, you start dealing with it by changing the direction of the ball. You can't just hit straight into a big block, especially when they have that read on you. You're going to have to, at the point of attack, get around the side of it, get over the top of it, move it, line, or angle.
One arm stab, Betsi Flint. So tough. Not only do you have to be able to be in the right place at the right time, but the control to keep that on your side. You can see Scoles going up for the block. She's only had one true stuff, but 6 control blocks, Kevin.
Different ways to win.
Taryn Kloth is starting to get dangerous at the net. Little early for Nuss, but she's got the finesse. No knockout punch yet. Kristen Nuss and Taryn Kloth.
You could hear Betsi Flint hit the sand hard on that second dig. I think had that set been more straight up and down, she would have had a much better opportunity to get a swing. They just could not get a clean attempt. And it kept being advantage Kloth and Nuss throughout that rally. Sometimes you just feel like you're on the defensive constantly. You're making plays, but you can't get over and ahead and control the ball. You see there, as good a shape as Julia Scoles is in, that one was a bit exhausting.
Pushing that far to the left and into the block. And into the sand, Scoles and Flint.
Scoles taking a breath again. Yeah, she's really exhausted. It is warm out there on the sand. That high iron content not only is hot on the feet, it also means that the court temperature is substantially above the 74-degree air temperature. And then you have so many runs in a row. You might want to take another sand timeout. Wipe your glasses.
Quick steps into the middle for Kloth. She pulls. Nuss with an open net. Terminates.
So Flint and Scoles with another chance, but they just can't get a clean swing. Not as clean a swing as the other side generated here with nobody up. Always a good idea to go middle.
Betsi Flint, Julia Scoles. Betsi Flint has been in this position. Third set of the Manhattan Beach Open. High on the chest of Scoles. Quick dig and another. Huge swing.
You might be exhausted. And what separates good from great is your ability to execute when that is the case. When you're not at your absolute best when you're kind of sucking wind. Can you get that anaerobic energy generated and crush one more?
Physical fitness at a premium in this one.
Now she cannot get her wind back right now. Tried a little late jump against Kloth, but Taryn Kloth's getting a nice rhythm offensively now. She's been hitting high numbers throughout. 639 continues to carry the day to 158 for Nuss.
Looking for an over the net call is Betsi Flint, but that second contact, just too tight. From the opposite side, and Betsi Flint unleashes one.
We talked about attack patterns earlier where you have to move those blockers across the net. That's how you do it. If it's not working right in front of you, you have to move and change your location. Smooth side out there. A lot of work to do. Doubled up our Kloth and Nuss at 10-5. Be feeling pretty confident. You're on the other side for Flint and Scoles. I think it's time to take a little more risk on the service. Try and find some edges. That's what's worked in the past.
Staying on Julia Scoles. A little too much sauce off the platform of Kristen Nuss. If you're wondering just how quick Kristen Nuss is, they compared her first step to her LSU friend and alum, Jamar Chase. Guess who had a quicker reaction time?
I'm gonna go with Nuss.
Yeah.
What's her 40 time?
His is 4.38.
She's got some matrix moves too.
Testing out the lumbar flexibility.
I like the aggression from the line. Of course, it does have to be in, but that is the balance that you have to find when you're looking for points and pressure as the set whittles away.
Taryn Kloth almost just blocked that with her forehead. Kloth Nuss, big dreams to get to the Manhattan Beach Open. They did not compete last year. Betsi Flint, Julia Scoles earning the title amidst a hurricane at that. There's a good block touch. Little ping pong at the net. No way! Call her Captain Marvel for a reason.
The crowd seems to love this. A collapsed platform to kill.
Scoles is getting a huge amount of work. Another for Nuss. Airborne. And there's just not enough real estate.
Julia Scoles is going to need a little rest and recovery after this match. All the way down to her knees. Play continues. Back up. Well, another scramble play, and you wonder if that kind of energy can't lead to a little run here. They need it right now. Hate to see your opponent 13-14, just rough numbers to deal with mentally. They need 2 here and 2 in the next.
Brilliant pass from Nuss. Even better attack.
That was an excellent serve. Just a better offensive series by Nuss and Kloth.
Nice lineup for Kloth and Nuss here. Nuss at the service line, Kloth steadied at the net. So tough as a blocker, you want to come down and play it. You better find your breath right here. Julia Scoles needs a few. Taryn Kloth with the hammer.
Ladies and gentlemen, on your feet.
And with that swing, Taryn Kloth and Kristen Nuss earn a match point, championship point opportunity. Taryn Kloth from Paris to the pier. Kristen Nuss and Taryn Kloth, your 2024 Manhattan Beach Open champions.
And a steady performance and comeback after that first set. Their opponents played nearly flawlessly, and they put a little more pressure on them from the service line, and then Taryn Kloth continued her hot offense that she had throughout the match, along with some steady defense at the net, a fine blocking ad partway through this three-setter.
Take a look at your Wilson Volleyball plays of the day. This is match point from the men's final. Trevor Crabb and Theo Brunner taking home the title. And match point from the women's final. Again, the Wilson Volleyball play of the day. TKN have found their medal. Cooling off the feet and time to spray the champagne. You can guarantee these two are heading off to Shellback, and rightly so. Just a great journey for them.
Shellback, the bar right at the end of the pier, the traditional spot for champions. There are tables reserved just for these women and the men who we saw win earlier. Another outstanding show up by Manhattan Beach as they celebrate their sport, their event, the Manhattan Beach Open.
There is nothing bigger than this in the sport of beach volleyball. Taryn and Kristen have cemented themselves on the pier and into the league. We can't wait to have you join us for all that's coming this fall. For myself, Cameron Irwin, Kevin Barnett, and Mark Sherman, thanks for joining us here on the sands of the South Bay. We can't wait to see you right back on the court.
Yes, you get one of those. Taryn, why are you always surprised that you get some sort of trophy for winning? I don't think you were kidding. Kristen, Taryn, oh my goodness. The champions here in Manhattan, 6 straight wins all the way through the winner's bracket. Your name's going on the pier, Kristen. You're into the league, Kristen. What does it mean to get this win in front of this crowd right here in Manhattan Beach?
It means absolutely so much. Absolute just dream come true. Thank you everyone for coming out. This is definitely the most iconic tournament. Credit to Betsi and Julia, always a battle with them. Wow, yeah, wow.
Yes, you get that plaque that will have your name on it, Taryn. This time next year, it's gonna go up there. You're gonna get one of your own as well. You're a Manhattan Beach Open champ. You're in the league, and you got that big old smile on your face.
Yeah, I mean, how could I not have a smile on my face? This was amazing. Again, one of the best events, the best partner, and again, to credit to Betsi and Julia, they are absolutely phenomenal, and their coach, Travis. So thank you all for coming out. Oh my gosh.
All right, and of course, you're into the league. We got the 8 teams up there. Who knows? New York, Brooklyn, could be Miami, Palm Beach, LA, San Diego, Dallas, Austin, who knows? But you're in the league. What team do you want to be on, Kristen?
Oh, I mean, if I'm a little biased, maybe a team in the South. I don't know. We'll see. But no, we are super excited for the league. We hope everyone keeps tuning in. It's going to be a very much fun event, and we are just super excited. And we got in the league.
They got in the league. Your name's going on the pier. Ladies and gentlemen, Taryn, Kloth, Kristen, Nuss. Together they are TKN. Give it up one more time for these two.